My God, man. Do you know what this means? This Skitter's gonna be turned upside down, I tell you, upside down. If you get on his bad side, brother, you're done for. Now, it's only a matter of time before he finds out, and when he does, no matter where he is, get ready, gentlemen, because hell's a-coming, hell's a-coming, hell's a-coming, hell's a-coming, hell's a-coming.
You think you're the best? I hope you are. A Gundam mobile suit is a fully articulated, fully equipped machine, armed with the most sophisticated weaponry known to man. To be a complete Gundam pilot, you must train on both Gundam systems. Believe me, gentlemen, to beat the best, you have to be the best.
Hello, everyone. I'm David Kay, a.k.a. the voice of Professor X from that old series, X-Men Evolution. And you're listening to Gundam at MAHQ. Logan? Logan, where is Storm? Tell her to come for tea.
Let us do no such Gundam thing.
Alright everybody, welcome back to Gundam at MAHQ. It's the first episode of 2022. Who would have thought we would have made it? I mean, it's basically like The Walking Dead out there, but you know, hey, we're all hunkered down again, and this is 250 Gundam at MAHQ. Joining me always via the closed Gundam satellite network. Nobody can get in this. It's all encrypted. You'll never be able to. Solbro right here.
Hey everybody, yo, Happy New Year!
How's things with your bunkers?
Doing alright. Happy New Year, gang, man. And remember, man, Gunpla is freedom. By the way, Neo, you're going to want to drop out and jump back in because your audio is bugging. Bugging out. I'm so sorry. Introduce Chris.
Damn you, Discord. I had something going.
I know, right?
It's like we never went. It's like we never went anywhere.
I know, right? Oh my goodness! But God,
I'm back.
He's back.
Damn it!
Good times.
Damn you, Discord.
Nice.
Just the threat of being owned by Microsoft has made you be.
Good times. 2022 almost tried to claim me, but yo, we're here. I'm glad we are, man. And Chris, how you doing?
Yeah, we brought you back.
I know, right?
Yeah.
But Chris, how are you, man?
So somehow I have not gotten the Rona, so there's that.
Woo! Good shit.
Yeah.
Keep up the perfect record.
Yeah.
Please. With my
I haven't yet because I don't want my insurance to go up.
You're right.
I'm sure that'll be the next thing next year.
Oof.
Oh, you've had coronavirus? Oh, 30% increase.
Oh,
you know?
God forbid. Wow, man.
Yeah. Even though we've been getting all these subsidies from the government to give you care, but you know, hey, it still costs us something. We had to we couldn't buy that Gulfstream this year, so
right.
I mean, that really they put a pinch on the board of directors. We don't know what to do here. So, but yeah, no, it's good. It's good that you guys are back. Glad everybody made it back. So in this episode, like Soulbro said on Twitter, it's a Gundam doubleheader. It's a Gundam doubleheader because we're going to be talking about some Gundam Breaker Battlelog, the first 6 episodes, or actually the 6 episodes.
Only 6 episodes.
Yeah. And then, oh man, gosh, I mean, this is probably the first live-action Gundam since G-Savior.
Ooh.
Gundam Build Real. The 6 episodes of Gundam Build Real, yes. Scooch, when you take high school and you put Gunpla together, what do you get? Well, you get Gundam Build Real.
You get a story that is a work of fiction.
Who would have confused it? I don't know, but yeah.
Pretty much.
This is a biopic.
Anything as I saunter over to the Larry King Memorial News Studio for some, man, are we going to be, it's going to be almost 2 years now that the king has gone to the other side, right?
Oh man, I didn't even think of it like that. Was it 2020 that he passed, man?
It's he went to the Genesis planet.
Oh, that's right.
He'll be back.
Oh yes.
All we have to do is steal the Enterprise and bring him back.
he mind melded with Bones.
he's with Dr. McCoy. We can bring him back. His body regenerated to. He'll be the same old guy that he was when we first saw him, but hey.
Indeed.
Well, anything as I go over to the news list? Oh man.
Yeah, I mean,
the chair's a little dusty. It's a little dusty.
It's been a minute.
Heck?
I just want to remind people who are watching on Twitch, if you guys would enjoy our podcast and our streams, please subscribe or hit the follow button over there. And if you're watching on YouTube, we're trying to get to 1,000 viewers on YouTube. YouTube.com/GundamMAHQ. Gundam MAHQ, I should say. Hit that subscribe button. The sooner we get to 1,000, the more stuff we'll be able to do. So, if anything, thank you for all those who did subscribe and for those who've subscribed on Twitch and followed on Twitch as well. Your support means the world to us, and thank you very much. Other than that, that's all I got to say for now.
Yeah, it's an amazing world. I mean, we sit here and we provide entertainment. We don't wish any ill will on anybody or give any bad advice or any bad things. But then you got people. We don't make shit out of this. But then you got people. I'm not going to just say who they are. Joe Rogan, who talks a bunch of shit and probably costs the lives of many people out there, and doesn't think that if you're black, then unless you're 100% African, you're not actually black, even though your skin color may be black. But what the fuck, Just give that guy 100 million. Good job, capitalism.
At least there's Neil Young, man. He's fighting the fight.
Hey, he could. Yeah. But
there you go.
All right.
Does anybody want to pay us to say somewhat horrible things?
Yeah, exactly. Is that what we really need to do? Is we just need to sit there and say, you know what? Drink the bleach. The bleach is the best.
The bleach.
Yeah. Those propane, those butane blowtorches.
Propane
if you
and
put that
accessories?
inside of you, it'll burn out the COVID. It'll burn it out.
Oh my goodness.
Oh God.
Good times.
What a world we. Jesus. So people that actually educate, like teachers and engineers, we're going to pay them X amount, but people that have no value to anything, we're just going to give them millions upon millions of dollars. Oh shit. Oh, well, okay. The first news story. Did we cover this? Did we cover the cancellation of Cowboy Bebop? I can't remember.
No, it was actually we took the leave. I believe we took the lead before it got canceled. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because I didn't read any of these stories.
I could be wrong though, but go ahead. We might have actually touched upon this. I can't recall. I can't with clarity. I don't know. I can't recall. But go ahead.
Chris, do you remember this? Rodimus 76, the link that Netflix cancels Cowboy Bebop.
No, but everybody who listens to this show already knows that anyway. So
yeah,
it doesn't matter.
There you go. It got canceled. Whatever, guys. what's your thoughts? Should have been canceled? What's up? I don't know. I mean,
I still haven't seen it because it was on my to-do list.
Yeah.
Then it got canceled, so it's like, well, guess no hurry to do that now.
No hurry. I enjoyed it for what it was. It was not gonna ever match up to the anime, but I appreciated the attempt. There were things they could have improved upon in the show, but I didn't think it was the worst fucking show ever made, like some people made it out to be. I thought it was fun for what it was. I thought the main leads nailed their characters. My only main complaint in the cast was probably Vicious. The way he was portrayed, not the actor himself. The actor did a fine job, but the way he was portrayed in the show, I just didn't like his depiction in the series.
Nobody liked Vicious, it seems.
Yeah, and then there's a twist at the end that wasn't all that great either. But other than that, there were a lot of things I did like, especially Spike's backstory. I thought was really cool. So it's a mixed bag, but it was a fun watch, man. The best thing we got out of it, as I said from the start, is a new OST, and I think we're getting another volume coming out sometime soon. So if anything, thank goodness for that, man. I'm down for more Yoko Kanno and the seatbelts. So
well, I will say this: I don't understand Netflix, because as something that I watched Cowboy Bebop too. Sure, it wasn't the anime, but if I wanted to watch the anime, I'd watch the anime. It's a different take, whatever.
Yeah,
you can take it whatever it is. The fact that it was such a quick cancellation was interesting to me. You know, I sit down stream, but you know, I've sat down and I've watched both seasons of Emily in Paris. Yes.
Ooh. No, go for it.
And how something like that can continue on, because it's mindless and stupid. But you know, that's where I just don't understand Netflix. I just kind of don't understand their whole thing. It's like
got the numbers, man. They actually
is it really about the numbers though?
Yeah.
I don't think Emily in Paris generated the sheer overwhelming levels of negativity online that Cowboy Bebop did.
Yeah, it passes under the radar for most people. Like, either you don't care about it or you really enjoy Emily in Paris. With Bebop, like,
be honest with
people
you.
were spitting acid before the show even aired. So there's like there was no winning that conversation at all.
But I will tell you this: the second season of Emily in Paris is better than the first one.
Well, at least there's
improvement. Good to know.
I will never fucking know. All I know is that is the show that brought down the Golden Globes. So that is it.
Oh, it's ridiculous. It's actually a ridiculous show, but there was a point that I just wanted to put a bullet in my head because I got kind of, well, I mean, you guys know when you're in a relationship, sometimes you have to make compromises.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, you know, and my significant other loves anything dealing with fashion. If she wasn't a fucking avionics engineer, she'd probably be a fashion designer.
Yeah.
Which is very weird. But no, actually she would be. She'd actually be very good. And I'm sitting there going, is there something wrong with me? Why am I liking this? But I digress. But on a side note here, Rodimus comes back with a link that I guess there was what Chris always loves, a fan petition to save Cowboy Bebop.
Of course.
You know, I'm sure that went really well because...
Well, you know, there was also the fan petitions to cancel Bebop, so...
Yep.
Oh, would they cancel each other out? Like, is that the old argument of like the two old guys that go to the polling station? It's like, I'm a Republican, I'm a diehard Republican, I'm a diehard Democrat. Why? We're just gonna cancel each other out. Why don't we just go home? You know, it's like, who won that fight? So I did find it weird though once I found out that Bebop was canceled. Like, I think the 2 weeks after it was announced, it was like still in the top 10 of being viewed for Netflix. You know how they do that the top 10? I was like, that's a little weird, right? Like if you're canceling it, like I don't know.
Well, you know, clearly there's an internal like metric that Netflix uses to determine something gets renewed or not, because like the same thing happened that, you know, Jupiter's Legacy premiered, was garbage, and was like a top 10 show on Netflix, but then it was canceled almost instantly.
I think it's the amount of money they spend on it. Like,
yeah, I think there has to be
Emily
a
in
threshold.
Paris can't be that big a budget.
There has
Probably
to be a
Bebop,
threshold that even if it's top 10 ranked, if it's not past a certain amount of streams for the price that it costs, it's not worth it to do.
Yeah, that's the only thing I can think about it. Yeah, because, I mean, you know, like I said, I saw it, thought it was okay. I was looking forward to season 2. Yeah, the twist at the end was kind of stupid and predictable, but, you know, hey, isn't it pretty much every show? I mean, God. During the pandemic, we started watching Ozark, which the first 3 seasons are really solid, but this last season, holy crap!
Yeah, I haven't started watching it yet. I'm about to get on it.
I don't want to go on a tangent, but you guys are a little bit more versed in this. What happens to people that write TV shows? Like, the shit'll be really good, and then it just becomes stupid because you're like, wait, you have to have some semblance of reality into this.
Oh, you're saying that season 4 is not good right now? From what you're saying? Oh,
it's stupid. We watched it the other night.
Damn.
Yeah, we watched it and we're like, wait, what?
Oh, that hurts.
This person is dictating stuff to this group and that group, and it's like, that makes no sense. Like who the fuck are they? They'll just get a bullet. In reality, they would get a bullet in the head.
Yeah.
Like, it's really that stupid. Like, so I don't know.
Yeah, that's a shame to hear, because I enjoyed seasons 1 through 3 of Ozark, and yeah, man. I just Netflix has finally made their viewing hours of their shows publicly viewable now. They have like a website where you can go and see them, and you can see when a show is either succeeding or failing. You know, like The Witcher, when that season 2 dropped, it was like the hottest thing in town. I fucking loved season 1 and 2. People hated season 2, but I've enjoyed it so far. But yeah, man, it's
the only thing I look forward to in Netflix right now is season 3 of Formula One Drive to Survive.
There you go.
For the especially for that last episode, Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Yeah. But we won't go into that.
Well, R.I.P. Cowboy Bebop, man. It was a cool experiment. I'm sorry it didn't last longer than it did.
Yeah, because it wasn't horrible. I mean, it wasn't terrible, but you know, hey,
Jesus,
I don't know. I mean, what are we gonna do here? Oh yes,
I appreciate that.
Rodimus 76 comes back. Oh, Gundam Build real live action series released with English subtitles. Yes, that's the focus of this episode. So thank you, Rodimus 76.
Oh.
Let's see here. Yokiyushi Tomino. You guys ever hear of this guy?
Never.
Nope.
Okay. I guess he said something that's made the Anime News Network. He said, quote, Japan is no longer a leader in animation. Unquote.
He's not wrong. As much as I hate to say it, he's not wrong, man. After seeing a show like Arcane, the level of quality animation in that show, oh my god. Like France is leading the charge. That's all I can tell you.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, he had a warning. He said that's his warning, and he says, quote here, digital techniques evolves. I feel the anime industry's position will become precarious. He said, as an anime industry person, it rankles me that we've come so far that we can even do animation. There's also indicative of how using digital animation, even a single individual can create a satisfying whole. The question is, how should Japan's anime production, which deals with series and story-driven works, regard these developments? Interesting.
I think Japan's in a state of transition when it comes to animation in general, and there's a lot that hangs on to the old guard, which, you know, I still appreciate. I love a great hand-drawn animation, even if it's enhanced by CG or by computers or whatnot. But you're finding a larger amount of anime being produced just simply from CG animation, as opposed to the hand-drawn stuff. So, yeah, and you got like the old timers retiring. You got new blood coming in.
What's the knock? If you use digital, then you're not truly making anime. Is that what they're saying?
No, I don't think that's the
I'm not
conversation.
understanding that issue there.
Well, no, because it's a transition of learning the techniques of doing digital animation versus hand-drawn animation. People who are like middle age who have to kind of transition from doing the old way to the new way. You know, you got a lot of growing pains that come with that. So I just think it'll be a matter of time before they have like kind of a resurgence. But yeah, it's interesting to see what's going on with this.
Chris, what do you think? You care?
No.
All right. Right on.
Rodimus76 comes back with an article here from comicbook.com. Oh man, hello Mobile Suit Gundam.
Ooh.
Mobile Suit Gundam just launched a lingerie collection.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I got a gun tank teddy.
No.
It says here, over the decades, Mobile Suit Gundam has sold t-shirts, figurines, curry, coffee, and golf bags. But probably the strangest merchandise has just arrived. And it's based on Mobile Suit Gundam 00. Oh,
what?
It's gotta be, yep. The clothing line takes the dynamic of the 2007 series and applies it in a strange new way, offering anime fans one of the most bizarre examples of attire the media has seen to date. The lingerie itself is modeled after the characters and mecha of Mobile Suit, the Gundam series, Mobile Suit Gundam 00. A lot. So they took a show from 14 years ago, alongside a video game and the OVA to boot. So yeah, you can definitely look. You just got to go to the link here. I don't understand the pictures there, but okay. I mean, it's not the weirdest things, but you know, hey, guys, what do you think? Sobro, will you wear this lingerie? That's the biggest question that we have here.
Yo, I'm with Yazi, man. Where's Pundam? Yo, if they got this, bring Pundam back.
That's not Gundam. That's not 00.
Oh my goodness!
This.
It's marketable to someone, you know, and it was, and this female Gundam fans in Japan, so you know, maybe one of them is in a relationship with the Gundam otaku, and she wants to get the best out of the situation. I don't know what to tell you. If they're putting this out there, someone's gonna buy it up. So, you know, props to them. There's no market for that in my house. So.
Chris, what about you? Are you currently wearing any of this?
No commento.
No comment. Indeed.
All right. Oh man, what is this? Looks like we have our first Sorbet news alert of the year.
Oh wow.
Looks like the Raid director is teaming up with Michael Bay. This is from IGN.com, so you know it must be partly true. And Patrick Hughes for a Netflix reboot of an iconic action movie. What do you think it is?
Oh, I already know. This broke the
It's
internet.
Raid, right?
Oh yeah.
I was like, wait a second. I thought I saw this before. Okay, so what do you guys think? Are you about this or what?
Not at all.
I mean,
it's set in Philadelphia.
Garbage.
Okay, hold on. Let me just tell you the setting on this. Okay,
right.
so
I know the setting.
Yeah, but the audience may not. You know, some of them may not have seen the internet. It says Patrick Hughes. I don't even know who that is. Who the fuck is Patrick Hughes?
he directed my bodyguard's I forget Hitman's Bodyguard. That's the one, and the sequel,
really?
and the sequel as well, which was not well received. But yeah, he directed those.
I've seen both of those, and they're shit.
Oh, there you go.
He will direct the remake. So the raid is now set in Philadelphia. Why Philadelphia?
You got me.
Is that the new bad place now?
I just want to know what's got people fighting with kung fu in Philadelphia versus.
Right? Yeah.
versus
How many criminals in Philadelphia are highly trained in martial arts?
That's what I want to know. Like, how are you gonna make this work? Like, I love Gareth Evans. He's the guy who directed the original 2 raids, and he's done great work ever since. And he's involved with this production, but he's not directing it. So that already is a slash right there. And Michael Bay's involved, which means he's gonna go for the lowest common denominator. So I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. This doesn't make any sense because why would Michael Bay be in Philadelphia?
I don't know.
I mean, if he's doing anything, it's either going to be Miami or L.A.
Yeah.
Because you need sun, and that means that you can have scantily clad women around.
There you go.
Philadelphia, it's cold and it's terrible. I mean, so is there anybody on the stream that's from Philadelphia? Like, what's the Badlands?
Enron says, what has people fighting in Philadelphia ever seen the Eagles, Phillies, Flyers fans? That's just a normal day for them. Yeah, they do have riots, right?
That is true.
Yo.
This is the people that have punched a police horse.
Yeah.
And during
There's some crazy shit that goes down during sports.
No, wait a second. Is this going to be set during the Super Bowl win?
I hope so. That would be the only thing that makes sense.
Is this set during the Super Bowl parade?
Yes.
That's the only thing that makes sense.
There you go. You just wrote the script.
Well, this movie, though, in all honesty, they're going to spend like $150 million on this movie. It's going to be full of a bunch of white people. It's going to suck horribly.
Yeah.
And for $8 million, you could just get the original Indonesian cast and do the Raid 3, which would be automatically a much better movie.
Thank you, Chris. Right. You said everything I wanted to say with
also, we already have an American version of the Raid. It's called Dread.
Yes. If there's any movie that I'd rather people want to watch besides Raids 1 and 2, watch Dread. That's about as close as you're going to get to a decent...
Don't waste time with this. Don't waste money with this. Just fucking watch Dread.
How can you waste money on it? It's going to be on Netflix.
Right?
You're going to slice out that part of your monthly subscription?
I'm saying don't waste the money producing this thing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
take that very small sliver of the way too much that's going to be spent on this movie to do Raid 3 in Indonesia.
Yeah, it's going to...
This just sounds stupid. Like, I remember seeing this thing on the interwebs, and the interwebs was in an uproar. And, you know, I'll be honest with you. I like Sorbet, but...
Yeah.
What the fuck? Like, why
mess with perfection?
Yeah, exactly. Like,
Raid 1 and 2 are perfect action movies.
I try to be optimistic about something like this, but the Raid 1 and 2 are such a jewel. There's such a jewel of a film, and you just can't.
I own those.
I don't think you can.
Man. Like,
I don't think you can replicate. You can't replicate.
I don't buy things on Blu-ray.
Right.
I buy Raid 1 and 2 on Blu-ray.
As you should frame those motherfuckers.
Show me any American movie that can match the fucking kitchen fight from Raid 2.
Dude! Or the fight on the highway. Yeah, the fight between cars. Yo, man. Goddamn, the choreography in that movie is insane. But yes, if you haven't watched the Raid 1 and 2, just watch those motherfuckers, because this movie when it comes out, I hope to eat my words. I hope they're listening.
And you know the sad thing is on Netflix. This will get a fucking sequel, and you won't have your second season of Bebop.
Well, right? Fucking
like you can say what you want about the Cowboy Bebop first season, but it's still not gonna be as stupid as this shit's gonna be.
Just give us the Raid 3, please.
I just read that article, and I'm not. I mean, the link is there in the chat, you guys, but this shit's stupid. I mean, it's just dumb as
no good. It's no good, man. Keep it and give us Raid 3. That's all. That's all you need to do. Save your money.
Exactly. I just kind of don't understand this. Like, what? Okay.
Also,
whatever.
this was originally announced like back when the first movie was released here.
Yeah.
And it just never happened, so I just assumed that it was dead, and it's like, nope.
Like
Somebody in
vaporware,
Hollywood
right? Yeah.
is determined to ruin this movie, and now they're gonna get their wish.
It's gonna happen, and it's gonna get shitted on, and then they're gonna shit on the actual properties that people have probably never seen. It's like, well, the other ones can't be that good either. It's like, fuck you,
No.
they're incredible. But yeah, just watch.
Also, shout out to if you want to watch some other good movies from Gareth Evans and Iko Uwais. I'm sure I'm mangling his name, but check out Marantau, which is available on Blu-ray in America. It's another Silat-focused martial arts movie that they did before The Raid. No relation in terms of story, but it's got a lot of great action, and go check it out. I randomly, of all places, found it at Big Lots for $5.
Have you seen Have you seen the one that Gareth Evans did with Dan Stevens? I forget what it's called, but it has to do with him having to break into a cult to save his sister. And there's like,
I've heard of it, but I've not seen it.
I need to dig it up because I heard it's actually pretty good too. So if it's got Gareth Evans behind the camera, I'm in. But not this fucking movie. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, Sir Bay, you need to start rethinking about what you're selecting, what you're green light.
Bad Boys 4.
I know you're just a producer now, and you're just sitting back making money, but
oof.
Yeah,
this is not the move. This is not the move.
This may tarnish your legacy.
Yeah, exactly.
So, the Black Cat comes with, oh man, it's got the first look at the Gundam theme park that's opening in Fukikawa. I guess that's what it's called.
Fukuoka. Fukuoka. There you go.
Okay, there you go. My dog's not here. She's downstairs. She
right.
Just growl at you.
She speaks 3 languages. So she speaks Japanese, English, and Farsi. So.
She would growl at you in disappointment for butchering her mother tongue.
Actually, no, she wouldn't growl. She goes, "Rah!" That's her thing. She doesn't bark or growl. She just does. Well, she does this weird growl when I don't see her for a while, and her ears go to the side, and sometimes she'll pee she'll do excitement pee. Mm-hmm. So, little trinkles.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So, but enough about my dog. I know she's amazing too, but that's not what this show is about. It's about Gundam. Gundam fans have already. This is coming from the story. Gundam fans have already heard the news about Japan's largest Gundam statue, soon to be unveiled in Fukikowa, and that statue has now come with a whole new Gundam park. Wow.
Nice.
They're going to have a Gundam park that's going to be an indoor complex for mecha fans, young and old. Oh, man. So were they going to have just like the one room where everybody's with the pencil shading? Everybody's got that old mecha pencil shading. This guy's only 35, but he looks like he's 65.
Exactly. We're looking at you, Rubber Roll.
A Rama Memorial Room.
Or what's his name?
Play with me, boy.
What's it? South Bernie.
South Bernie. South Bernie looked like he was like 72, and it's like, then when you look at his vitals, he's like, South Bernie, a 32-year-old veteran from the 1-year war. It's like,
oh
what?
my God, that 1-year war must have aged him.
Yeah,
50
exactly.
years.
Which is. It's like, wait a second, Japanese people must have a really bad thinking about white people, because it's like they feel like they just age like really horribly, like for every year they age like 5 years or something like that.
Give that man some lotion, stat.
It's a moisturizer. It just amazes me when I have that. What is it? That old What is it? That old Mobile Suit Gundam. That booklet that you had from back in the day.
Yeah.
Was it? I forget who did it.
And America. And America did it.
And America.
Yeah.
And they had Ramba Rawl, and Ramba Rawl looks like somebody's grandpa, and they're like, Ramba Rawl, age 35. You're like, what?
Yo, hold up.
But I digress. Yes, they said it's gonna have the Gundam statue. They're also gonna have three main areas: the VS Park with G, the Gundam Side F, and the Namco Arcade. Oh
Man.
wow!
Yo, shout outs to Ed. He says, bro, I'm 32.
You look like Robert Raw.
Oh my god. Yo, Ed, you ain't nearly old enough looking.
There you go. So the VS Park is going to feature a series of video game stations that require quite a bit of movement and agility to pass each round. Oh wow, that's cool.
Nice.
You might have played some of these games if you visit the other VS Parks around Japan. I haven't. And plus there's a VS Park with G, and they've been given a revamp feature that features characters from Gundam Universe and Gundam themed backdrops. Okay. Well, you know what? If the VS Park with G, then I'm gonna want to just do like running against Robert Raw, because if he's 35 and he looks like that, I can beat him. But there's even more games to play at the Namco Arcade, which boasts immersive video games like Gundam Bonds of the Battlefield 2, where you sit in a cockpit and pilot a mecha. If you're feeling confident, you can even try your hand at a few claw machines, which offer exclusive Gundam prizes for lucky winners. Wow, so this is almost like, this is like GameWorks from like 1999, right? That's basically what it sounds like.
GameWorks.
I heard they just went like bankrupt.
Oh man.
The Gundam Side F areas where you can unleash your inner geek. This is where the outer space themed spot where you can learn more about Gundam Universe through special expositions and regularly scheduled events. In addition, there's a shop, of course, where you can buy Gundam merch and figurines. Side F also has a designated building space where you can box your plastic Gundam kits and construct the models on site. Oh man, that's awesome.
Man.
So it's scheduled to open in April 22. That's probably, probably pushed back because I'd be like, I don't know, the Robert Raw variant.
Jesus.
So for
it ages you up.
Exactly. They're gonna run out of the Latin alphabet, and they're just gonna have to use Gundam characters.
Oh no.
I'm sorry, but you have COVID-19 Sailor, the Sailor variant. Good news. You have COVID, but it's the Slugger Law variant.
Slugger,
you're okay.
It makes you cool as fuck. I see you.
Yeah. So, guys, what do you think? If you could, does this sound cool or what?
It's if I was visiting Japan, I'd like to come check this out, man. It looks cool. I hope they expand upon it. I hope this is not an endeavor that ends up in vain. But Gundam is popular in Japan, so I'm sure that this will be a hot spot for people to check out and pick up Gundam merch.
Chris, what about you?
Yeah, same. If I was in Japan, I would visit. If I wouldn't go there just to see this.
Exactly.
Wait, you're saying there's more things to view in Japan than just the Gundam Side F or whatever that was?
Who would have thought?
Who would have knew? Yo, shout out to Fred. He says, and here we have a nice display of all the war crimes Zeon committed.
Oh yeah, that is true.
So many.
That is absolutely true. Yeah.
The display is not nearly big enough.
So that's it on the news.
All right.
Yes, we'll go into, and thank you everybody for submitting. If you ever have any news articles, you can always go to the news article thread in the Gundam section of the Mecha Talk forum.
I do have some last minute ones that have come in.
I didn't know this. Breaking news.
Breaking news, man. Shout out.
Wait. Hold on. We're the reporter, Solbro Ryu. We have some breaking news.
Shout out to the Black Cat on Twitter. Underscore the Black Cat on Twitter. Longtime contributor to the podcast and on the forums and on Twitter. Writes that Daemon X Machina is free today. It's a great game that's available. I believe it's on the Switch. Let's see here. Oh no, it's free. It's free on EGS. But yeah, it's from the Armored Core producer Kenichiro Sakuda, and other than that, the other thing here is they dropped the trailer. Not that I'm going to show it, but they did drop the trailer. Let me pause that before I get fucking DMCA'd. But the first teaser for Yoshikazu's Yasuhiko's Kurukuru's Don Island dropped during the winter vacation. So, yeah, if you guys haven't seen the trailer yet, just look it up. It looks pretty cool.
Chris, have you seen it? Are you excited?
I know Chris can't wait.
I have seen the teaser, and having now seen some animation, I am more excited about this than I was before.
Cool.
Are you really, or are you just being funny?
No, I'm serious.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It looks.
Also, I love just the trolling of how people are going to keep arguing even more of whether it's UC or alt UC, because it says on the Gundam RX-7802 and it holds the shield upside down origin style. So it's going to be, even more endless stupid debates about alt UC, which, for the record, is a fake made-up thing that stupid Western fans obsess over like morons.
Yeah, don't they know that they don't give a fuck about continuity in Japan?
Look, Mark Simmons has been trying to explain this for like
25
fucking years, and people don't want to listen.
They just don't, man. It's like,
I know. I actually feel bad for Mark sometimes when I see this.
He's like talking to the wall.
Every so often, you'll just see like a log tweet, or just a log chain tweet of his. He's explaining shit. It's like, Mark, you know that's gonna go over their heads.
All the way over.
I hear you, dude. I feel for you, man.
So shout out to Mark though, man. He's got the patience of a saint, and he's still doing the Lord's work. So props to him. But yeah, this trailer looks fun, man. I can't wait to see it. I'm hoping there's a nice human interest piece in the end, with a little bit of Gundam action, but a lot of character exploration, man. I want to see how it's gonna play out, and it looks like they're putting serious money behind it. So looks good. So.
all you see. Oh man, that's a good one there.
There you go.
All right. Anything else, so bro?
No, that's it. We're good to go.
Chris, any news before we go into our topics here? Gundam Breaker Battle Log, Gundam Build Divers Reel.
I will say that at some point in February there will be big news about the redesign of MAHQ.
Woo!
Oh my God! Wait, there's a redesign? I thought the last time you said the last redesign, I'm never gonna do this.
Well, there's the funny little thing that happened, which is called mobile.
There you go. Yes, indeed. Funny little.
We fucked up. That's about the only way to summarize the situation. We fucked up in 2010.
Yeah, well, that's a good way of just breaking it to people. Nice and easy.
Nice. So. I will say this: if you guys haven't been following the MAHQ DOT NET Twitter, please go and follow. I love the articles for the obscure mecha of the day. It's always cool to see like a variation of a suit I never knew fucking existed. It's like, wow, Chris, that's the craziest shit I've ever seen, but cool.
Chris, it was weird that, I know you guys saw that tweet, because I saw you guys were part of that retweet of like when there was people posting like, oh, where's the great place that you're gonna find things about Gundam and stuff, and as I looked through it, I just viewed everything. I was like, they said all these other different websites. I'm like, wait a second, nobody ever said anything about MHQ. I'm like, I'll be honest with you folks, I get it. Sometimes the nice and shiny is the easiest thing to look at, but it's like, how long has MHQ been around, Chris? 20-something years.
22 years this April.
22.
Yeah, and I'm just sitting there and I'm like, wow, I just saw somebody had asked this on social media and a lot of people answered, and it's like, I didn't even see
it. It was Vampy who asked, and
Yeah,
somebody
I know.
else.
I didn't want to put anybody out, but I was just like,
No, it's cool. It's cool,
Yeah.
and the epilogue.
and she
to
can't
that
control the
story-
responses. I understand that correctly. Yes.
Somebody else also mentioned MAHQ, and she gave us a follow. So happy
Yeah.
ending for everybody.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
She's been on the podcast before as well. So yeah, shout out to Vampy, man. She's doing a lot of cool things
Yeah,
to
thank
get
you-
people into
thank
the
you on
fandom.
that,
So
'cause- Yeah,
I wish I had
as
I wish I had as much access to cool stuff as she does.
yeah, I know, right? Yo, Gunpla just falling off the shelves. Yo, shout out to Vampy, man. I love watching clips of her and checking out her streams when she's like messing around with Gunpla. It's super cool, man.
Yeah, like I said, it's nothing against her. I was trying to just be innocuous.
no,
but
not
I'm
at all.
like, and I'm sitting there and I'm like, all these responses, and I felt bad too. It's like, okay, nobody's mentioned MHQ, and it was like 40 something responses, and then there was like one mention of Zionic. I was like, what?
Well, props to Eric, aka Eggman, on Twitter. He was the one that actually put MHQ in the thread, and the
No, it
purpose.
was me.
Oh, was it?
me.
It was you. I saw Eric's.
me.
I saw Eric's.
It was me.
I didn't even.
I
I
was
saw.
the first one to put it because I just
Yeah.
put the Twitter handle for MHQ.net, and I just did it that way. I didn't
Well,
say anything.
The cool thing about that tweet like that is that it allows people to find out about sites they don't know about. So I appreciate Vampy for putting that out there, man. I think that was super cool, and I love when people do that because then you can share the wealth about websites that are out there that are great resources for mecha anime, and MHQ definitely stands at the top of that list. So I'm glad it got.
No,
some
I was
shine
just
in there.
surprised that I was the first one to say it. That's all.
Hey, man.
That's all. I was like, huh? Okay.
Man.
Look, man, if people want to hang out on the Gundam Wiki or on Reddit or whatever, it's like, people can do what they want, man. Like, I just do my thing. and keep on
I
going.
get you. I get you. I get you.
Just keep on trucking.
Keep on trucking. That's
Some people
what
like to
we
use
do.
Bing, fellas.
What?
I said some
Bing?
people like to use Bing, fellas. Some people, they'd rather go to Bing than go to Google, which I don't understand. But it is what it is. Some people want to go to some other website instead of going to MHQ for their resources. I don't understand that, but it is what it is. But anyway,
All right. So, two topics of the night: Gundam Breaker Battle Log and Gundam Build Divers Re.
oh shit,
So, what do you want to do first, guys? What do you want to do?
man.
You want the Breaker Battle Log?
Why don't we do Breaker since it's shorter?
Yeah,
Okay.
might as well.
Okay. So, Chris, give us a quick synopsis of it.
So, Gundam Breaker Battle Log is a little ONA series that premiered on YouTube last year, and it's directed by the man, the sword pose master himself, Masami Obari. And it's a tie-in to the mobile game Gundam Breaker Mobile, and
Yep.
features some of the characters and mecha that are in it. So the story basically is that it's standard Gunpla battle stuff like other build series, and this U.S. championship match is going on, and a guy named Kentaro Mahara loses to another guy named Takuma Nagitsuji, and unfortunately Kentaro is a butthurt loser.
Woohoo!
Even though he lost fair and square, he starts whining about how the victory that he deserved was robbed from him, and that his spotlight was taken away. And then not too long after that, weird stuff starts happening in Gunpla battle with these things called runner prisons capturing people's Gunpla and stealing their data. And then there's this Gunpla festival in Tokyo, and a mysterious masked man appears. I bet you could never guess who this is.
Woohoo!
Who was it?
And he hacks the Gunpla battle and unleashes these runner prisons to steal the data of all of these players and take their Gunpla and instantly recombine their parts to make customs on the fly. So, one group of friends is left unaffected and they're trying to fight him off, and he's demanding a rematch with the guy who beat him before. And then, some more characters show up, and then it's 4 sub-bosses are summoned, which are AI-controlled versions of mobile suits piloted by famous characters that don't match those mobile suits at all, including people like For Murasame
Yeah, it was weird,
Zehart, Mr. Bushido, and then randomly Yu Kojima from Blue Destiny.
Right?
Yeah, that was way out of the blue.
Woo!
No pun intended.
That was a deep ass cut, man. I was like, oh shit. The Blue Destiny's pilot.
They defeat the 4 emperors, as it were. Any of these types of games where you have 4 big bosses.
Oh yeah.
Then you get to the main villain and his Gundam Barbatorus, which is a centaur-like 4-legged Barbatos, hence the punny name.
Nice.
And of course, they beat him with the power of friendship and the usual stuff. Gunpla is freedom. Don't be a butthurt loser. The end.
Yeah, it was interesting to me because it feels like kind of in some ways they're about like all your data could be stolen online, because it seemed like that was the overall theme on some of this stuff. But it was interesting. It was I'd have to say it was a situation of, it was entertaining, but was it predictable? Did it feel like you kind of seen some of this stuff before? Yeah, it did. But in the end, I feel what it was just one giant commercial to build Gunpla, which I think in the end isn't that all Gundam is really at the point to Gunpla?
I mean, yes, all Gundam is a commercial, but it's always
this one was like
it
seemed like a big commercial.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this seemed like a real big commercial. Like it was bizarre. And like you said, the 4 emperors at the end, that was very bizarre. And it's just like you're just putting all these people together, and I don't know. So that's what I have to say. So, bro.
Yeah, I mean, Neil, you're breaking up a little bit too. If you want to jump back in.
God damn
My bad. Hey man, I got to crack the whip. I'm sorry. But yeah, it definitely serves as an infomercial for the new line that they have out. Matter of fact, if you look at the covers of the actual boxes, you can see that there's a QR code that allows you to links you to episodes of the anime. I guess that feature the suit that you're buying. So it's kind of like a merchandising tie-in. They're not trying to hide anything here, but for what it was, I thought it was pretty entertaining. There's always a level of nostalgia with these series too, as we've seen the previous build slash series like this for the most part. But I enjoyed the little story that we got. It kind of seems like a proof of concept for a new TV show, but one that just never got off the ground. But also it's based on the that game, as Chris mentioned, as well. So I guess people who have been playing the game were really jazzed about seeing this and seeing some of their characters being brought to the screen. When I started watching it, I didn't even realize it was based on the game until after it was done, and I looked it up. It's like, oh, wow, I didn't realize. When you watch the first episode, like, some characters show up that are regulars in the game. Some of them you can see in this very picture that's on the screen right now, that make brief appearances in the anime, but the characters you see in the game a whole lot more. But the thing I liked about this the most was the creativity with the suits and the customization with the suits.
Oh, yeah.
Like the Death Scythe is now what the
Live Lance Heaven.
Live Lance Heaven. But my favorite is finally turning the wing the Wing Zero into a suit I actually like with For Murasame as the pilot. I thought that shit was genius. Her crazy ass with the Zero system. I was like, oh no. That is a volatile mix, but it works, and I like the custom color. And seeing how that was great. Mr. Bushido coming back was always fantastic. I like that character. As terrible as that gimmick is, there's something about Mr. Bushido I just love. And the characters, they were the standard characters you find in the show like this, but they were engaging for the little time that we had. It was just this fun, frivolous thing. I can't even really rate all that much because it was so short. But it was an hour of my life that I found to be entertaining and fun and harmless at the end of the day.
Yeah, because each episode was like about 8 minutes long.
Yeah, I mean, roughly the last episode
a little
being
bit longer.
Yeah.
Shout out. It's a very short watch.
Props to Andrews in the chat. They write that the show is a sequel for the game story. So that's super cool, especially if you play through the game and you want a little bit of extra story. There you go. Or if you want to see what happens before the show, you can play the game.
It's a mobile game, though, right?
Yeah. It's Gundam Breaker Mobile. So for those, and I'm a longtime fan of the Gundam Breaker games. We used to play them regularly on the stream. The earlier incarnations, like 2 and 3, are probably some of the best Gundam Breaker you'll ever find. Something kind of went awry with some of the later versions. They weren't as good. But I kind of hope we get a really solid Gundam Breaker in the future. That's on console. I doubt we will, because mobile seems to be the way everything's going. But, it was nice to revisit that world with this series. So, kudos to them, man. I thought it was fun.
Chris, what do you think?
It's enjoyable for what it is, which basically is just an advertisement for Gundam Breaker Mobile, which I have not played and don't plan on playing because I don't bother with mobile games. But I'll always watch anything that's in short form directed by Obari, just to see cool mecha action and see stuff be Obari as fuck. So it doesn't disappoint in that regard. The story's pretty thin. There's some hints of a more backstory of some of the characters that's mentioned but never addressed in the show. And if you combined all these parts, it probably equals like one TV length episode. So at the end, it's just kind of more of the same of this Gunpla battle concept that we've seen now in 3 or 4 different iterations. But I did like the mecha designs for this short, and they certainly did cool. stuff full, a lot of them, and there's definitely a lot of creativity here. And of course, one of the gimmicks of the Gunpla line is that you can mix and match the parts of everything in this lineup.
Yeah, I think that's the coolest thing. It's just seeing the suits. It's seeing the creativity on some of that stuff.
Yeah, so it's fun, enjoyable, disposable
but it's so
entertainment.
Quick. Yeah. It's so quick.
It doesn't really overstay its welcome. You watch it and then you move on. There's not much more to it than that. You're sitting there and watching, 0080 or something.
No.
Props to Dalo. He writes, my problem with it has always been that these things are really too short for me to be that invested on what's going on. It's a fair argument, Dalo. Also, Enron writes, we streamed the new Gundam Breaker demo when it came out on EX versus the Gundam Nation, and we all thought it was awful. The new Gundam Breaker game, yeah, it was. Whew, man, they got to get the group back.
So, bro?
It's just not as intuitive as the previous ones. The amount of customization you got in 2 and 3, unparalleled. And then the parts you got, the systems, the stages are everything in those games. Where you actually have to battle and whatnot. And 2 and 3 had some of the best locales to duke it out or to just mess around with the suits you had. But New Gundam Breaker just kind of lost its soul. So yeah. It's not as good. But yeah, man. But any ratings for this? Or are we just gonna say
yeah, we should do a rating, right?
I know it's mad short. I'll give it. I would give this 3.5 female protagonist out of 5. I like Misa. If there was a character I walked away liking a lot, Misa Satsukina was really cool. So I will go with that. Even though she wasn't the main protagonist, I thought she got the ball rolling pretty nicely. So
Yeah, I'd have to give it 3 out of 5. 3 out of cryptocurrencies wiped from your account. Out of 5. Because that's all I felt on that. It's like I just sat there and it's
much
like
more relevant storyline of loser starts mining Gunpla battle and has an army of ape Gundams or something.
that's right.
Yeah, that's pretty much the thing I got out of it. It's like, okay, be careful who you butthurt because they're gonna just come in and steal all your shit, and that's basically what it ended up being.
Looks like Quark is not the only victim.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Odo, what happened to my NFTs, Odo?
Well, Go Plus Latinum though, that was actually physical currency.
Indeed.
So he would have to deposit which is a little weird in the 24th century, because I thought that's what I always found interesting about Star Trek is like they still talk about money, yet then they're saying there's no money in the Federation. Like I whatever.
Hey.
So I digress. Gonna build Chris, your rating.
So in my reviews, I did not rate any of the individual episodes because they were too short by MAHQ standards. But collectively, if I were to group it all together as like one-shot episode, I'd probably give it 3 butthurt losers out of 5.
Yeah, I think that's how you have to kind of think about it. It's just one TV episode, like a long TV episode. Man. So,
Andrea says we might as well review Divers Reride's Backlog here right now since it's so short. I hate to tell you, I have not seen it, so it won't be any review from me on that one. But I'll check that out and see if it's good or worse than this.
Chris, give us a synopsis of Gundam Build Real.
Ooh.
You mean the first live-action Gundam television series?
Oh, man.
Yes, of all time. The second live-action Gundam in the world, besides the seminal project of G. Savior.
Oh, with that auspicious predecessor, surely that portends
Is Gundam Build Real? Is it made by Canada? No.
Apparently, it is not.
Okay.
Damn.
It seems to be actual Japanese people in Japan. So,
wow.
sorry to disappoint Canadians.
That's a shame.
No, Yahtzee. Nobody cares about War for Earth and Fat Char.
Hey, he closes out every stream. You'll see him again tonight.
There's some guy on Twitter that's got the Fat Char icon.
Oh, yeah.
There always is.
Yeah, like... Okay.
It's a great icon, man. Can't lie.
Is it really?
Hey, man, he's iconic now. He can't be stopped, Neil.
That doesn't mean he's great, though.
And people cosplay as him at conventions when conventions used to happen.
Is that by choice or by reality?
I mean,
there you go.
look, if we're being honest, Fat Char goes all the way back to like Otaku no Video.
Oh, yes.
There was one there, or maybe it was in. It might have been. I think I'm mistaken. I think it was Urusei Yatsura, Beautiful Dreamer.
Word?
There was the school festival. I think there was a Fat Char there.
Oh no! I gotta dig that up.
Dude, they're all over because
I love that movie.
I actually met one in real life in San Diego.
Nice.
At one point,
You did.
Mm-hmm. I did. I met. I never asked him if he was a brother or a cousin or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know because they just seemed to be everywhere. Maybe could they be the same person?
Says, blame this on the misfortune of your girth.
Blame this misfortune of the processed foods in America.
Yo, Yazi, you came out of pocket with that one. I give you props. I usually shit on your jokes. Oh my fucking
Anyway,
my god.
enough about-
why
that's
are
enough about-
Yazi's jokes bad? Because I had made a tweet not too long ago where the people of Shin Station Europe were like, "Oh, good one, Yazi," and I'm like, "That's not Yazi. It was me," and they're like, "Oh, it sounded like something Yazi would say."
Yes.
It's like, is he really that bad at jokes?
Oh, he's a pun machine. He'll throw it out there whether it's good or bad.
Machine is not a problem, but like, okay.
It is what it is. Back to you,
Anyway.
Chris.
yes. Back to you. Sorry, didn't mean to get sidetracked there.
Anyway, so Gundam Build Real is, despite a live-action series, essentially the same Gunpla battle concept with we've seen at least 3 other iterations of. And this particular story is set in a small town, and these middle schoolers who were part of a team called Bright, I wonder who that's named after.
Who knew?
They broke up right before a tournament because their RX-78 went missing, and one of the characters, Hiro, accused another one of his teammates, Takumi, of running off with the RX-78, and they haven't talked to each other since then. You know, cut to them being older in high school, and I say high school air quotes because believing that some of these actors are high school students, especially Sota, is definitely stretching credibility.
No doubt.
So, the members of Bright, they come back together, minus one named Imaizumi, who moved to America, and they decide to form the team, and there's all this drama about the way that they broke up, but then it turns out that it actually was Imaizumi who had absconded with the RX-78, and now he's sent it back to them. So they decide to start competing again, but now they're a bottom tier team compared to the big hotshots Monster, spelled R-E. And no sooner they get their asses kicked in return than Monster scoops up Sota, who is their dedicated weapons maker, and recruits him into Monster. So Bright, now they're definitely at a deficit because they don't have a weapons maker. They turn to a mercenary, freelance, homeless weapons builder named Sendo. But he's pretty expensive. And they start slowly competing and building up their teamwork again, and they want to compete in the Tokai regional tournament. And the question is, will they be able to come up with good weapons to compete against what Monster has, which focuses on Zaku's and cool weapons built by Sota. And big surprise, they win the local tournament and decide to move on to nationals.
Who knew?
Okay. I just gotta say, I will put the elephant in the room. It was cool to see Monster use the SEAL Battalion setup with their fucking Gunpla. Like, I saw that, I was like, wait, is this 2010 again? Because I haven't seen this in forever. And I'm like, wait a second. So one guy is using the Steel Battalion setup from 10 years ago.
And the vertigo chair
is using the Oculus and acting like a weirdo, just like punching stuff in the air. Just hilarious. Oh my god. Holy shit, where do I start? It's entertaining, but I'll be honest with you, there's a cultural difference here. I mean, I sat there with my dog. I was trying to. She's Japanese, so I was trying to figure out if she could tell me what was going on here. But I didn't understand half of the things that they were talking about. Well, no, she just. I mean, she's Japanese, so I mean, she would know. But she just looked at me and said, "Aw," and
Indeed.
you know, yeah. So what are you gonna do? It is weird. When they got the homeless, when Brian got the homeless guy, I was like, wait a second, you're it's ridiculous. I mean,
Homeless guy who looks like he came out of a Yakuza game.
Boy,
yeah, I know. It's like, wait a second, is he truly homeless, or is he just the guy that you owe the money you lost on the freaking bills against the Chiefs last week?
In Gundam tradition, he's had a very rough life, and he's only 25 years old.
my goodness.
Yeah, I know, right? played by a 42-year-old
By a
actor.
50-year-old.
Right
But yeah, I don't know. I just, for whatever reason, I got focused on like, wow, they're playing with the Steel Battalion setup. I'm like, that's the most action the Steel Battalion setup has seen in forever years.
Mono-eye looking visor.
Oh, I know.
Yo, and not only that, but a char-colored vertigear chair. My man had the whole equipment on lock, son. It's like, I'm not swinging shit. I'm sitting my ass down. And,
Yeah, I'm not gonna look like
and no scope in your ass.
Pretty much. I'm just gonna sit back and push buttons while you're sitting there punching stuff in the air.
Yo, I had to give him props. It's like, yo, Jin, word up. I can't.
Why did at one point when they have just the other parts of the team sitting there, it's like, why does this look like debate team? Like, you have the one guy going up doing the argument, and then they're like conversing with the other one. It's like, I need a weapon. I need the hyper bazooka. The hyper bazooka's not working. I need something better. Give me a minute. And then the thing that just drove me nuts is like, oh, come on, Bandai, Sunrise. I mean, the little scanner. If the item's not gonna fit on the scanner, like flush, just build a couple different ones or whatever, or build the item smaller, because they just kept using. So ridiculous.
How can the machine scan something that doesn't even fit on it?
Yeah, half of it's not on there. Now, it did make me. I'm like, wow, it's when they had the Gundam battles. It felt okay. Like, I'm sitting there like, okay, I know it's fake, I know it's stupid, but you know, it didn't seem that dumb. I was like, okay, this is kind of cool. I mean, that got me, but the whole like high school drama, there was a cultural difference there. I just gotta say there, and I just was like, okay, whatever, you know. So yeah. So, bro.
I'll be honest, I have not watched a live-action Japanese drama since the live-action version of the Gokusen, based on the manga, and then they made an anime based on that too. Super fun show. I really enjoyed that. Before that, it was yeah, Gokusen is great, man. I love it. I love all versions of that.
How can the little scanner scan the DOZ on Young? Oh, I don't know.
Right? I don't even know.
Scan the bazooka. I mean, half of it was.
I asked the same question I was watching, bro. And, like, how are you gonna get this in there?
I hate to be stupid, but I'm just like,
yeah. But it's definitely of an acquired taste if you don't live in Japan watching these, because you know the acting's a little different than you see in other shows. But it was nice to get kind of reunited with.
Actually, I felt the acting was okay.
Yeah. I mean,
it was just the other stuff. I'm just like.
They overcook it a little bit, but you get
Japanese live action TV acting tends to go too broad.
Yeah, it does. And
compared even to anime.
Yeah,
it tends to go too broad.
Yeah, sometimes it's a little too melodramatic, but they didn't get too melodramatic in this show. I mean, there were certain moments, but overall, I watched this with the tone firmly in cheek.
Episodes 5 and 6, there was some like long pauses. I'm just like,
I appreciated that there was drama amongst the members of the group and that there was this mystery of why the suit was taken and all that stuff. And then the one member leaves the team
Why
and
does it
goes
always
to
have to
another
escape?
team.
Why does it always have to escape to America?
Yeah.
They took the RX-78. They took it to America.
The home of the free, baby.
I guess so. I have no clue. Why can't you just take it somewhere else?
When Soda left the
Right.
team, I was mad when Soda left. It's like, Soda, you backstabbing son of a bitch. How you gonna leave your boys? But it was all about business, man. He wanted to be in the big leagues, and so he decided to go to old Jin's team and Team Monster and Jin. That's a son of a bitch right there, Rich. Always trying to cut somebody's throat, hiring people when he knows that they're going to get poached by somebody else. You know, even trying to get the other cat. What was his name? Takumi. Yeah, Takumi. The kind of meek one initially. You know, I like the interaction between the characters in this, and it made them a little bit more well-rounded than I thought the show would have done. The coolest thing about, of course, the show is the fights. Some of them are kind of AR.
Fights are cool as hell, man.
Some of them are.
I thought that was cool.
Some of them are AR battles, which is the ones I appreciated the most when they actually, went out to locations and kind of set things up to stage the fights, and then they're kind of holographic gunpla that shows up there fighting it out, and people who are out there can actually watch the fights happen. Or in an arena later on in the series. I was hoping that every fight would have been AR, but I'm pretty sure that'd be super expensive for them to do with the TV budget. So most of them are in the virtual world. But the ones that are in space were cool. It was a little goofy seeing Hero do his pantomime of playing with the haptic gloves and doing motion tracking moves and all that stuff. But they did the best they could in that situation. I was hoping to be more like Build Fighters, where kind of a holographic thing comes around them. A chamber and a pile in that, but that's a lot of money and it's a TV budget. But it was more entertaining than I thought it was going to be. It's not the most stellar adaptation, but it plays within its boundaries. You get episodes which mostly take place in 1 to 2 locations until the fight happens. So when it comes to the locales, you don't really get to see much except for some of the regular places. But for it to take place in a small town is interesting. If there is going to be a season 2, which I don't know if there will be or not, they are setting it up, of course, for Tokyo, which is going to take a bigger budget and a lot more is going on. But I certainly hope that they do maybe do another 6 episodes this year with their adventure continuing to nationals. I haven't seen any news that we're going to get another season, but it was engaging enough to make me want to see where the story goes. The seeing the RX-78 get a lot of love, as always, was nice. Especially
that was cool. Yeah.
The customization of the suit towards the end with the color scheme, I thought was fantastic. And when they finally put their own logo on the leg of it, it was a nice touch. But Hero needs to step his game up, man. He's not the best pilot, but I like the fact that Takumi came through in the clutch with the customized double bazooka shield at the end, and of course Hero had to strike the pose of shooting upwards and shooting the shit out of Team Monster's Zaku. You knew it was coming. You knew
the upward shot was coming.
You fucking knew. But it was a lot of fun. It's silly, but
it was ridiculous. I agree with that.
I'm happy that
it was ridiculous, but you were like, "This is ridiculous."
Yeah.
But why am I wait, fuck it. I want to watch the next episode. I was sitting there on the Peloton during the Club Bangers 45-minute set, and I'm like, I have to sit here and continue watching this.
Yeah, I like that. Gundam Info gave us the show to watch over the world, all around the world, because I didn't think this would see the light of day. And when we talked about this when it dropped in Japan, none of us thought we were going to actually be able to see this without having to go through illegal means. But sure enough, they put it on Gundam Info and they made it available for people to watch. And I hope that people were enjoyed the show and asked for more. I know another character that was someone in the series who I didn't like at first, but I sort of liked towards the end, was Satsuki, the main female love interest. She, of course, ends up going to Tokyo as well, so their storylines are probably going to meet up if they all go there, when the fellas go there for nationals and all that stuff. But was she the one that sold the camera after Homeboy bought it for her?
I think
That
so.
was one of her friends
Oh,
from the
wow.
makeup
Okay.
club.
Fucked up. That man got her a DSLR. Yo, that $1,600 camera, yo. I'd be fucking livid.
$1,600,
Oh.
$1,600 or $1,600 yen.
No, it was 160 yen. So just take off 2 zeros, and it's roughly about $1,600.
I see in the chat here with Enron. I didn't realize that the Steel Battalion controller can now vote and buy cigarettes and die for the country. I didn't realize it was that old.
It was 18. Oh man,
It's 18. Yes.
get that man a pack of Newports.
Remember,
It
Steel
can
Battalion
vote.
was on the original Xbox.
It was.
That's true. That's true. Well, wait. The Steel Battalion controller, it's not white, though. It wasn't a white controller, right? So
Black.
it may not be able to vote in certain states.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, shit.
God damn.
That's a separate issue.
But they
Indeed.
could buy cigarettes. They could die for the country. So, hey, hoorah.
One social nightmare at a time.
2 out of 3 ain't bad, right? You know?
Nazi says tool for Matt Gates.
Yo, Enron, that's right. You own that controller, man. I had brief run-ins with that Steel Battalion controller, but it was
Dude,
cool.
it's the coolest show.
It really is, man.
Like, I remember seeing it. I was like, "This shit cannot get any better than this." I'm like, "This is the future of gaming." And I'm like, 18 years later, I'm like, I'm still on the same fucking controller I've been using.
I just have it to put on the shelf, man, if I came across it. But anyway, ultimately, I enjoyed this. I need to get back into watching J-dramas. Maybe more will be available on Netflix, but I would like to see another season of this. As silly as this show was to me, I thought it was fun, and I hope the other people dug it enough that we can greenlight another season of 6 episodes or so. And yeah, man.
I'm sure it's gonna get greenlit.
I mean, it can't cost that much to make. I think the CG is the most expensive thing, and getting the drones to like film the physical areas where they actually have the AR fights, but. Other than that, man, kudos to them. I thought it was a cool concept, and I'm glad to see that they made it. So props to them, man. But on to you, Chris.
So I would say it's a mixed bag. I'll start with some of the things I liked. I liked that compared to the other Bill stuff that we've seen, that it takes kind of a more focused esports approach with the team.
Oh yeah.
Because I like the idea that you have a pilot, you have someone who specifically builds the suit, someone who works on weapons, and someone who analyzes the data.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Then
makes
you
a lot
have-
more sense.
You have Nakamaru, who's supposed to be in command, but usually just looks stupid and confused. So that was kind of cool.
Shit, she's gonna be
Like a
pissed.
lot of J-dramas, though, it falls into that trap of being like very melodramatic at times, and it's trying to mine more drama than the story is set up to deliver, because it's inherently not a very dramatic story, but like they keep making such a big deal about coming back to the original breakup of the team, and this
Yeah, it didn't
misplaced
seem that
beef.
interesting.
Misplaced beef of Hiro blaming Takumi for what happened when it wasn't Takumi's fault. So that's kind of like. Also, and this happened in one episode. Tell me if this rubbed you all the wrong way. So remember the episode where they start making their comeback, where they're fighting the all girls team called Girlski.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
The very cutesy pink Freedom Gundam with a petite guy.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
So, they keep getting their asses whooped in the previous episodes. And then in this one, it's like, at some point near the end, it's like, the Freedom Gundam may have all these attacks, but their build quality sucks.
Yeah.
And nobody before this battle and nobody after this battle has that problem. So
Will build quality. Yeah.
are they trying to imply, because it's an all-girl
Women can't build
team,
Gundams.
that they were focused on the cutesiness of it and they suck as builders and couldn't make a quality gunpla because, girls.
Hi.
Yeah, that is a bad
No,
implication.
I would say yes, it is because yeah.
Yeah, because there's a lot of female gunpla builders in real life, and they do an incredible job of putting their gunplas together. So I wish they kind of paid them more respect in that particular battle.
Also,
But
despite
why would a misogynistic country do that? Though? I mean,
Damn.
let's just be honest. I mean,
Oh no.
man,
despite what Bandai's been trying to shove down our throats for the last decade, starting with gunpla builders, female gunpla builders build things that are not bear guys or petite guys.
Right.
Or things that are cute, and they don't always have everything be pink.
Exactly.
right?
Shocking, I know.
Yeah.
It does happen sometimes.
Oh, I don't know that world scares me, Chris.
As it should. So yeah, it's a little overly dramatic. Again, the fact we're supposed to believe that these are all high school students played by people who are all very clearly not high school age. Particularly Sota, like that guy looks like he's probably like fucking 28 years old.
Oh my god.
I didn't want to go into that, but I felt the same way. I'm like, wait, they're all in high school? I'm like, wait a second, this has got to be college at least, or like at least graduate school.
Also, as far as protagonist goes, especially in comparison to previous build series, Hero's a pretty unlikable shithead.
Yeah, he's pretty.
Yeah.
He's pretty. He's got a lot
Pretty
of
awful.
detractors. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's just kind of a shit. He doesn't seem like he's particularly a good pilot, and not someone who in the early episodes even seems to put much effort into what he's doing. Like he's just kind of like, just
Yeah.
a little fuckhead who
there.
stumbles through life.
Yeah.
And gets the girl apparently.
Propped up by daddy's money, pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah, so the character work could have done a little bit better because none of the characters are particularly that interesting.
Yeah.
Not really.
And Hero is kind of weak as a lead, so overall, I would say it's an enjoyable diversion. I would be okay if they didn't make any more of this. I don't care enough about these characters to see the continuing story of them competing in Tokyo. So,
But nationals, Chris. Nationals.
no, yeah, yeah. We already had that. It was called Build Fighters Try.
Shit.
So what you're saying is this is not the Gundam version of Cobra Kai.
Oh damn.
It's not something so ridiculous that it just sucks us in, and we want more of that shit. It's like, this is stupid, but what the fuck?
The series don't have Johnny Lawrence. That's why. There's no Johnny Lawrence in this show. There's no Johnny Lawrence. It ain't Cobra Kai, man. No one even close. Unfuckwittable.
At the end of the day, if they make more, I'll watch it, but it's not anything that I'd be pining for.
I would be cool if they had a different.
That's a
If they want to make it, I'd say it'd be cool if they did a different set of people.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm kind of with you on that, Chris. It's like, do we really need to see them in Tokyo? Not necessarily, but if they want to do another reel, maybe just somebody else, like a whole different group of people, would be okay. Maybe they need to kind of figure it out. They need to kind of figure out the storytelling. Because you're watching it, and it's like, okay, it's not bad, but I'm like, I get done with it. I'm like, okay, that was cool, but I don't feel like I'm ever gonna have to really watch this again, like unless I need to.
Here's the thing, at this point, I'm kind of feeling some fatigue of Gunpla battle stuff because in the last decade we've had Gunpla builders, 2 build fighter series, 2 build diver series, breaker battle log, and this. So I feel like the Gunpla battle concept, whether it's in anime or live action, has kind of hit itself out, and I'm really just hankering for a return to standard mainline Gundam shows. And I know we're getting the Witch from Mercury this year, but that's the first time in 7 years that we're getting a regular TV show because it's been that long since Orphans premiered.
That's
So
nuts.
yeah,
That's
I
crazy.
would not like to see that big of a gap again, and I would prefer to see the Gunpla battle concept kind of go into a deep freeze, probably for the rest of this decade, I would say.
Why do you
Just-
think they went so headstrong in this? Just to push the product? I mean,
Yeah, I think it sells Gunpla like gangbusters.
would-
It sells
must-
Gunpla like gangbusters because I mean, you can update old
I
designs.
just see Twitter. I have to see Twitter. I mean, it's not even the fact of like Japanese people, but I just see American people going crazy.
Oh yeah.
You can mine
Building
the
Gunpla like
popularity.
they're nuts.
You can
Yeah.
mine the popularity of the suits that everybody likes.
Yeah.
You can put out updated kits, probably get some more use out of some pre-existing molds.
Mm-hmm.
It's not much of a risk because if you've got a series that's stuffed full of variations of Gundams and Zakus that are going to be successful, it's not the same thing as the risk of creating a new alternate universe and a new style of Gundam and new characters, and maybe it lands or maybe it doesn't.
Yeah, because if you really think about it, most of the Gundams are pretty much all very similar to each other. And especially with Real, it was like just nothing but the RX-78-2.
I think the other thing with Real that kind of bothered me is they didn't do any full custom suits in this.
No, they were all
They
pretty
created
much,
custom weapons for suits in terms of the bazooka shield that the Zaku of Monsters team has at the end, or the Talgi shield for it, and the bazooka shield that the RX-78 has. But they didn't customize the base suits at all and come up with a new design. So that kind of surprised me that in all these other series, the whole concept is that you're doing all these customs. And then for this series, they pretty much did stock designs just with different color schemes.
Yeah.
well, is the Bandai warehouse, is it just stuck with a bunch of weapons? maybe that's the thing. It's all the ancillary weapon stuff, or who knows. I'm sure there was a reason behind it.
But yeah, I would say put build / Gunpla battle to rest for a while. Let's get back to just regular Gundam stuff, and
Regular
there's
Jack
nothing
stuff.
wrong with revisiting the build concept in the future if there's some new gimmick that's worth telling a story about.
Yeah,
Because what more can be said about Gunpla battle and people having virtual battles with Gunpla? Like there's really nothing more that can be done with this concept. It's kind of naturally reached its end point.
Yeah, I would like. If they
we just need to get back to war crimes and
Give me war crimes, give me genocide.
give me grizzled pilots.
grizzled veterans.
That's right.
Slaps.
Slaps.
Earth versus space. I mean, that's
Colony
what we-
drops.
Colony drops. I mean, indiscriminate use of nuclear, biological weapons,
And of course, the end of the season super weapon. We need all of that.
I need to be distracted from the horrors of the real world by the horrors of the Gundam world with some
Pretty much,
genocides and a madman with a
exactly.
doomsday weapon or some kind of shit. Like, give me my comfort food of horrors and war crimes.
And with all our hopes.
We know after 25 episodes, we'll get a mid-season upgrade, and everything will be taken care of. It's like, okay, that first 25 episodes were bad. A lot of people died that we didn't want to happen, but we're going to get that upgrade. Episode 26, the upgrade's showing up, and that's all that matters.
And all our hopes are pinned on an angsty teenager who's dealing with acne.
Who's dealing with acne, whose parents didn't love them or her. Well, no, it'd be him because it's from Japan. They're not going to. God help it if they'd have a female pilot. That would be crazy.
Touche.
But to its credit, AMAME, the current Sunrise Mecha show, does have female pilot as one of its main trio. But sadly, that show is also obsessed with oh, poor oppressed Japan, look at us and feel bad for us.
Oh damn. Well,
Even more so than Code Geass did.
oh shit. I can't. Looking forward to getting on that. But
It's just funny because like the second most powerful military in the world is probably the Japanese right now. Oh man, yeah. Well, hey. Well, I will just say that my dog enjoyed. She liked to build a room. I think it brought her back to her roots. But for me, it was just like, okay, good. Outside of this steel battalion controller, it's like,
well, hold on. Your voice is breaking up again. I'm so sorry.
God damn it.
I know, right? As soon as you give your opinion, you turn to Megatron. Welcome back. Hello?
He's there, but I'm not hearing anything. Oh, I lost him again.
Oh, shit. Come on, Neo.
I'm back.
You're back. All right, go ahead.
Are we doing ratings now?
Yeah, go for it, man. What would yours be?
Mine would be 3 steel battalion controllers eligible to vote out of 5. They can't vote. Give me another black controller. There should be, unless they're short.
Yeah, I'm not sure why your audio is so garbled, but we heard most of that. So 3. You said 3.5.
3.5. 3.
3.5 steel battalion controllers out of 5. Oh, just 3.
No, that's that.
Oh, damn, yo, you gotta love Discord.
You hear me now?
It's
So
coming.
bad.
It's so bad.
So bad.
Damn. Well, I'll give mine while it clears up. Yeah, I would give this 3.5 Vertigear chairs out of 5. That shit did look comfortable, man. Shout out to Jen. You trifling bitch. Chris.
There he goes again. So I'm gonna say I give this one 3 age inappropriate actors out of 5.
There you go. That's the talk. so inappropriate, man. But it was fun, man. I can't hate on it too much, but it's definitely not perfect TV. It's something if you have time to kill and you want to check it out and you just want to see what a live action Gundam series is like for TV. So give it a shot. Neo, he dropped out again. But real quick,
Just wrap it up.
yeah, we might as well just wrap this up. Yo, shout out to everybody who came out today, man. Thanks for tuning in to yet again another episode of Gundam at MAHQ. This episode was episode 251. Where the hell is my music? There we go. This episode was 251, man. The first episode of 2022, where we reviewed Gundam Build Real and Gundam Breaker Battlelog as well. 6 episodes apiece. You can find them both at Gundam Info on YouTube. So check it out when you have time. In the meantime, Chris, did you have anything you wanted to mention at all before we wrap this up?
Nope.
All right. Well, you guys know the websites, man. MAHQ.net is the Mecha and Anime headquarters. You know where to find it. Go to MAHQ.net. Hit that favorites button right now. We got big changes coming this year, man. As Chris mentioned, he's going to be bringing up more of that information in February. But I'm excited to see what's coming when it comes to the changes. I've seen a little bit of the preview. It looks good, y'all. It looks real good. So can't wait for all of you guys to see it. And MAHQ.net is the place to go, man. Mechatalk.net is the official forums of MAHQ. Follow us on Twitter at MAHQDOTNET and at Gundam at MAHQ as well. And follow us on YouTube at youtube.com/GundamMAHQ and twitch.tv/FightersReady as well. You can find the audio podcast at gundam.podbean.com and on iTunes and on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts. So Jesus, just search for Gundam and you'll find it. But other than that, man, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up. But you guys have been great. And Neo, you there?
Yeah, fuck Discord.
I know, right?
We have no this. bullshit fucking. I sat there and disconnected, and it shut down on me.
Oh, damn.
I sat here for an hour before this thing just to make sure it was updated.
Yeah.
We need to find a different thing. Fuck you, Discord. I close this out, Soul Bro.
I guess Zoom it is. But
I mean, it's ridiculous. Like,
thanks for tuning in, everybody. We'll catch y'all later, man. And thanks for listening to Gundamn at MAHQ.
no, seriously, we gotta find something.
Peace.
これぞトヨタとジオニック社の技術の融合。私を導いてくれ、オーリス。ジオニックトヨタ。
That's it, man. Game over, man. It's game over. What the fuck are we gonna do now? What are we gonna do?